Hey, I'm Pat. Welcome to Daily Devo. Today we're going to talk about the habit of sustenance. I don't know about you, but I have often thought if God would just show me a miracle, then I would really believe. You ever been there? Well, in my case, I've witnessed a few miracles, and I find myself exactly like the ornery, hard-hearted, stubborn, stiff-necked Israelites in the wilderness 3,500 years ago. I see one miracle, and I'm fairly quick to go, okay, God, that was pretty cool, but I would really believe if you would just show me one more. Not sure if you recall the story of our ancestors in the wilderness. God had just pulled off one of the biggest freak shows of all time with 10 plagues that left 2 nations of people with their jaws on the ground. And now there's 1 to 2 million people out in the desert being led by Moses, who's being led by God. The problem is 10 miracles weren't enough for them. Well, how about 11? Let's watch a huge body of water separate and have all of them walk across on dry ground. Is that enough? Nope. Okay, well, how about a 12th miracle? Let's have water come from a rock. A rock! That's got to be enough, right? Nope. Then you get to Exodus chapter 16. The people are out there wandering in the desert. They've been privy to this supernatural freak show these past months, and now they start to get a little hungry. And you know what they do? They start grumbling and complaining. So God pulls off another miracle. They wake up one morning and there's some fine, flaky sustenance on the ground. Something they would call manna, because the Hebrew word manna literally means, what is it? It ended up being enough food to feed 1 to 2 million people that just miraculously appeared on the ground. What? And this happens for 40 years. For 40 years, they see a miracle take place almost every day, minus the Sabbaths. For 40 years. Exodus 16:15 describes part of this event. It says the Israelites were puzzled when they saw it. What is it? Literally in Hebrew, they said, manna. They asked each other. They had no idea what it was. And Moses told them, it is the food the Lord God has given you to eat. Note those few words. The Lord has given you. We could say that the Lord has provided you. We're spending this month exploring what God says in the Bible about rhythms, routines, and habits. And we're recognizing that it's not an overstatement to say that if you change your habits, you'll change your life. Well, in this story found in Exodus, we're reminded of a habit where we often forfeit, as did our ancestors. And the problem is when we ignore this habit, it has profound effects on our lives, as it did on our ancestors. What is this habit? I might call it the habit of sustenance. You see, for 40 years, almost every single day they would walk out of their camp and be reminded that their God provided for them. Every day they were reminded through this miracle that their God sustained them, and yet many of them ignored the habit of recognizing their God sustaining their lives. And I know, you may be thinking, what a bunch of idiots. How can they be so dense and so stubborn and so blind? If I could only see a miracle every single day, I would. Do you know that every single day, your heart will beat more than 1,000 times, pushing the equivalent of 2,000 gallons of blood through your body's network of blood vessels that will nourish every single one of the more than 50 trillion cells in your body? And how often do you have to think about it? How often do you have to consciously think, pump heart, pump blood, pump blood, pump blood? You don't. Your body and my body just does this every moment of every day, even while we're sleeping, which provides or sustains our lives. And I could literally give thousands of examples like this, examples that should remind us that, like our ancestors, we wake up every day to see another miraculous reminder that our God sustains us, that our God provides for us. However, too often we, like our ancestors, have created a habit or ritual of ignoring these daily miracles. And what if we shifted this? What if we started creating a habit of thanking God for his sustenance? Can I challenge us for the next 7 days? When your alarm goes off or you wake up naturally, before you roll over and put your feet on the floor, will you just take a moment and talk to God by just listing the things that you're thankful for, the things God provides? Maybe you say, God, thank you that my heart is beating. Thank you that I am breathing. Thank you for my home. Thank you for the sun shining. Thank you for the rain. Thank you for the blue skies. Thank you for water. Thank you for food. Thank you for... God sustains you and me every single day. What a miracle. What a God.